The glory of our people Israel. So say the priests who scurry through these courts, directing pilgrims, offering sacrifice, administering, enforcing, protecting. See what majestic stones and buildings stand, they say, upon this mountain of the Lord. Within these temple walls is holiness. And Israel's Lord, they whisper now, will rouse to win deliverance from the foreign curse that holds us now in thrall. Caesar will know there is a God in Israel. And I too have looked and prayed that glory might shine forth and little Judah's lion roar once more. Yet now a greater glory have I glimpsed, not hewn from stone, but in an infant's gaze. A light for revelation to the world. It was as if the phrase leapt off the scroll as I recited old Isaiah's words of prophecy and comfort. See, new things I now declare, to open eyes once blind, to bring out prisoners from the dungeon. And further down the scroll, too light a task to raise up Jacob's tribes, restore Israel, I give you as a light to the nations, that to earth's ends salvation may extend. I pondered as I took my morning walk along Jerusalem's narrow, high-stepped streets. To tell the truth, I was preoccupied and hardly noticed where my feet took me until I found myself upon the stairs that lead to Holder Gate. Well now, I laughed, what spirit chose to guide my steps this day, that I, to whom Jerusalem is home, should take the pilgrim's route to the temple and jostle with the merchants and the crowds who line this court of the Gentiles? Ah, yes, old Simeon's mind is not yet quite so dulled that such a serendipity is missed. Again, a laugh escaped my lips, but then, just for an instant, the whole court was hushed, and I could hear another laugh with mine, the gurgling of a little tiny child. I looked and saw, and yes, he looked at me, and even as the court resumed its noise, we shared our joke, that baby boy and I. Scarce older than 6 weeks could he have been, come for the purification, I expect, and nothing that would mark the family out as anything exceptional. Indeed, I couldn't help but notice turtle doves the parents carried for the sacrifice, the pauper's offerings set out in the law. Yet, as he gazed at me and I at him, I knew for certain. Straight away I went and asked if I might hold and bless this boy. Prepared by God right under our noses. For while the zealots look for Messiah to ride up like a royal warrior, in sneaks this little scrap of human life, a babe in arms whom no one notices except the strange old folk who laugh too much and babble about falling and rising, about Israel and Gentiles, signs and swords. Ah yes, Anna and I, we two alone perceived God's truth today, and dared to tell of who this boy is and what he shall do. We two alone. But who listens to us? Our days are ending. His are just begun. And my own eyes have seen salvation now, not held within the temple walls, as if it were some talisman of refuge. No, the Lord now saves. Yeshua. That's his name. His mother told me he is called Jesus. And though I love this temple, and will come to worship here in these my latter days, its stones for me have lost their lustre now. How long will they yet stand? How long until tables are turned here in these temple courts, and the whole edifice comes crashing down? Be it just 7 years or 70, I surely shall not live to see the day, and yet this very day I see it clear. Your word of promise now has been fulfilled, for I had somehow always known that I would not see death until I'd seen Messiah. And though I thought I had outlived surprise, it seems the Lord had one more joke to play. For not in silent piety or prayer did revelation come to me. Oh no, it was when infant eyes were met with mine, and old and young were blended in a laugh. And all is well. My purpose is complete. Lord, now you let your servant go in peace.